Stock engine covers on most newer MX bikes are painted, and the paint wears pretty quick. So if your covers are like mine, all worn and nasty, a good solution is to powder coat them. So in this tech lesson, I'll be showing you guys how to do that. To start off, we'll just need general hand tools and all the essentials for powder coating, like a gun, powders, oven, and masking tape. The first thing we're going to do is pull the covers off the bike. So to get to the valve cover, we'll have to take the seat and the upper shroud bolts off. Once you've done that, you can take the hour meter off if you have one, and the upper gas tank bolt and the gas tank strap. Next, we're going to pull the gas tank out of the frame and disconnect the fuel pump and the fuel hose. For the fuel hose, you'll need some needle nose pliers to get to the clips. The cord holding the tank to the frame will have to be removed as well. With the gas tank off the bike, we can get to the valve cover now. So the two bolts on top have to be removed, and the spark plug cap, as well as the breather hose. Once you've taken the valve cover off the bike, place a rag over the top of the engine so no dirt gets in the motor. The next step is to drain the oil out of the engine and tranny sides. Try to get as much of the engine oil out as you can by tipping the bike over on either side. If you push the rear caliper toward the brake disc, it'll allow you to push the brake pedal down and get access to the outer clutch cover. Hold the brake pedal down with something so it's not in the way when we're taking the outer clutch cover off. Now we can remove all the clutch cover bolts and take the cover off the bike. To get to the stator cover bolts, we'll have to remove the plastic engine cover. Now just take all the stator cover bolts out and you can pop the cover off and remove the stator.
On a log down by the shore, the last sunset of the fall tells me half my life is o'er. The crimson afterglow is all.
Make sure to put a rag over where the stator cover would go so it keeps that clean. I decided to powder coat the heat shield and the water pump cover as well, so I'll just remove those from the bike now.
Of the fading things, of the fading things, of the fading things. There's not a bird up.
Now with all the covers off the bike, you'll have to remove any old gaskets, seals, or plugs from the covers.
In the sky, not a ripple on the lake, no breeze from the fire up on high, just the beauty that you make in your fading things.
To prepare for powder coating, we have to remove every bit of oil, grease, or dirt from the covers. I prefer to clean them in a solvent tank. After I've cleaned them in the solvent tank, I spray them off with water. To remove all the old paint off the covers, I use a sandblaster. This also leaves a rough finish on the covers so that the powder coating has something to adhere to. After sandblasting, I clean the covers with water and dish soap. You'll want to remove every bit of sand. Now with the covers sandblasted and clean, we can start masking off all the threads and gasket areas. Powder coating adds thickness to a part, so anything that shouldn't be coated, like threads or sealing surfaces, need to be taped off or plugged.
below the hill. I bring the third act curtain down, knowing that your warmth is in the chill of your fading dreams, of your fading dreams, of your fading dreams.
Once all the masking's done, we're ready to start powder coating. The next step is to place or hang the parts from an oven rack. You should only do a few parts at a time if you have a small oven. You'll really need the space to get in all the small areas of every part. Once the parts are on the rack, wipe them down with acetone or mineral spirits. Make sure every part is extremely clean before you start powder coating. Powder coating is pretty picky when it comes to dirt or grease. Everything will show through when you're finished. Before spraying the parts, we need to preheat them. A good temperature is around 400 degrees for about 10 or 15 minutes. The color we're going to be spraying today is called S&S Black Wrinkle, and on the bag it says it's supposed to be baked at 375 degrees, so set your oven to that. If your powder coating gun has its own cup, you'll have to add as much powder as you'll need for this project into the cup. Then we can put the cup onto the gun and set the correct pressure. You'll only need about 7 or 8 psi, just enough so the powder comes out lightly. After the parts have been preheated, we can take them out and let them cool for a few minutes. Once the rack is cool to the touch, you can wipe the parts down with acetone or mineral spirits again. Alright, that's all I'm able to fit in this video. You can click anywhere on the screen to view part 2 of this tech lesson, where I'll be spraying the parts, baking them, and reinstalling them on the bike.